After a lengthy murder trial characterized by a series of legal challenges, a judge ordered the jury to acquit Renea Sherman, but 2 weeks later, the prosecution is challenging that. Even before the trial was over, Sherman and her co-accused, Cordero Bethel, walked freely out of court, leaving Ginaldo Farrington to fight charges linked to the murder of Stephen Sherman, which he was ultimately convicted of.
Fern Carey tells us tonight what the prosecution is preparing to submit in the appeal phase of the case.
Almost 2 weeks after 43-year-old Renea Sherman was acquitted of conspiracy to commit murder and abetment to commit murder in connection with the death of her husband, banker Stephen Sherman, the Attorney General's office has now filed an appeal challenging that decision in a bid to have it overturned. Sherman's attorney Muriel DeSille told ZNS News Today that they received notice a few days ago of the Crown's intention to appeal that decision. You may recall that Sherman was accused of conspiring with Cordero Bethel and Ginaldo Farrington to kill her husband Stephen back in February of last year. The 43-year-old mother was also facing a separate charge of aiding and abetting in the crime. Sherman's co-accused, 22-year-old Cordero Bethel and 22-year-old Ginaldo Farrington, were also accused of killing and robbing the banker and a female relative. However, following a trial within a trial, Justice Roy Jones directed jurors to acquit Renea and Bethel of all charges, but Crown prosecutors were allowed to press their case against Farrington, and he was found guilty of all charges by a jury. Meantime, the Crown's decision to appeal the acquittal of Sherman and Bethel on the ground that the judge erred is not sitting well with attorney Muriel DeSille. He questioned how the Crown is able to appeal the judge's findings of fact, which he said are, quote, reasonably based on substantial evidence. DeSille also noted that the Crown has the burden of proof to establish their case, which he said they have not done. Now we called the Attorney General's office for comment. However, a senior official would only confirm that the appeal was filed. Meantime, a date has not yet been set for the appeal hearing. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.